Good morning, natural gas. Today's Thursday, January the 8th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And the natural gas prices for the spot February contract are down. We're currently trading at 341.80, down 10.7 cents or 3.04%. And here's the chart for the daily. As you can see, we're still below the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages. And the RSI is open to the upside but going flat. Why? Well, we've got storage coming out today. Expectations minus 114 to minus 122 BCF, which compares favorably to the 5-year average, but we're going up against last year, which was starting to get very, very cold, and there were some heavy withdrawals for the last for those 7 weeks. So we've got ugly comparisons going forward. And let's take a look what else is going on and why we may be down. Well, this is the sea fog report along the U.S. Gulf Coast. And these are broken out into 6-hour tranches here. And as you can see, anything in red means heavy sea fog, which means loadings for LNG shipping may be delayed. And as you can see here, where the worst parts, Port Arthur. This is moderate right here today, but then first thing in the morning and again throughout the day on Friday, it is sea fog. And that means that loadings for Cheniere, Sabine Pass, and of course, in the future, Golden Pass will be delayed. But here, Lake Charles, this is also LNG heavy, and that has high sea fog risk again today in this morning, and again tomorrow on Friday, all day. So as we go forward, Brownsville up here at the top will be an important part because there's a big LNG facility in operation soon there. Corpus Christi is in operation, but it's not affected so much. But Freeport is right here. As you can see, Friday morning has got sea fog issues. So we'll keep a careful eye on that because that may be putting downward pressure on the cash market, which again is affecting the futures here. But also the cold weather forecasts have pulled out some of that cold at the end of the month. So let's take a look at the hourly chart. And as you can see, we're below the daily pivot here at 351.20. We are holding around first pivot support, which comes in at 343.20. Our secondary support comes in at 334. The RSI is negative. It's open to the downside, but it is approaching oversold conditions. So we may see a quick push lower after we get the storage report and then potentially some short covering. We'll see. And here's the front to back spreads. And these are going to be important because they'll widen out as the front continues to weaken. And this is the October versus the April spread. The RSI is in overbought condition. And our upside target here, last year's high at 81 cents. So what else is going on for the injection season? Well, this is the Jan 27 versus the April 26 contract. It is currently up right now. We are currently trading at 163.40, up 1.3 cents or a little bit, 0.8%. And again, the same thing. The RSI is approaching overbought conditions, and we've got that old high at 168.80 from last year as a target. What's going on in the United States? Well, this is the wind chill map, and this is the European model. And as you can see here on the 12th, we've got some very cool temperatures all the way down into the U.S. Gulf Coast. And again, the Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic and New England states are quite cold. And as we move forward here, that's the cold that we've been talking about in the 19th area, the January 19th. Very, very cold in the upper Midwest, Great Lakes states, and will push east. But as you can see, the southeast, in particular Texas, remains warm. And as we go further along that forecast, as you can see, it gets warmer still. And that's why the board is being pressured. As we enter into February, it looks like it may be very warm. What's going on in Europe? Well, it's cold. And this is the forecast around January the 11th. And as you can see, cold Arctic air in Scandinavia and cooler temperatures all the way back into France here in Germany. As you can see, it is quite cold all the way down, even in parts of Greece. But as we get a little further in the forecast, it looks like that cold retreats all the way back to Russia. What's going on with the EU? Well, EU storage stocks, these are as of the 6th, are down to 58.1% full. And the worst, Germany, 51.8% full, and France right behind it at 52.7%, despite the French nuclear fleet operating fairly well. And here's Asia. And this is all the way out to January 22nd. That cold Siberian air is building up, as you can see, northern China, Mongolia. And look what's going on. Some of it is starting to push into the interior parts of China. And as you can see, this is Beijing, right on that edge of that cold Siberian air. We'll look to see if this air mass can continue to push as far south as Guangdong province over the next couple weeks. Let's look at the United States, and there's plenty of ice and snow cover in the upper Midwest across the Great Lakes and into parts of New England. But the Great Lakes themselves have gotten warmer over the last few days, and as a result, the ice cover is down to 11.3%, got as high as 15%. So let's see if this colder air can bring back some more ice into this space. Let's look at the U.S. nuclear fleet, and it's doing extremely well. Currently, as of the 7th, that's yesterday, we're looking at 1.4 gigawatts that is out. That is comparison to the previous year at 2.4 gigawatts, so 1,000 megawatts. And we're doing very well compared to the 5-year average. The only nuclear unit that is completely down is Palisades, which is being restarted. Now, that was initially expected to be back in the fourth quarter of 2025. That's being pushed back potentially to February or March of 2026. That's 800 megawatts up here in Michigan. And let's take a look at the stocks. These are the oil and gas E&P sector, stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float. So if we ever get some really good price support, these stocks should have rocket fuel to the upside, but it's a sea of red. And as you can see right now, Comstock Resources down 6.22% for the 1 week performance. So recapping again for the spot February contract, it is currently trading at $342.70, down 9.8 cents or 2.81%. And we do get storage today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening.